So the innovator's dilemma. It's risky whether you jump to do something new and whether you don't jump. And the way through that is whenever you think of yourself at the top of a plateau or a learning curve, which is what I think about when I'm thinking about personal disruption, is we tend to think, okay, well, if I can just motivate myself that it's going to be really fun to bungee jump off this curve, it will work. But the reality is that most of us aren't really into bungee jumping. And so the trick to actually getting yourself to do something new is to make it scarier not to change. So instead of saying, all these exciting things are going to happen if I'm willing to change, if I'm willing to disrupt myself, if I'm willing to jump off this cliff. Instead, if we will say to ourselves, let me think about all the bad things that are going to happen to me if I don't jump. And behavioral psychology, if you study the work of Daniel Kahneman et al., you know that people are actually more motivated by a fear of losing something than we are by the prospect of gaining something. So we motivate ourselves to jump by saying to ourselves, okay, I know I don't want to jump, but if I don't jump, I might lose my job. If I don't jump, our company might go bankrupt. If I don't jump, and that gets us the motivation that we need to actually make that change. So how do you build the case? How do I build the case? And really that goes to the question, because I had written Disrupt Yourself, which outlines a lot of what you and I have been talking about. But then the question many people said to me, well, how do I get my organization to let me disrupt? And so Build an A Team was written with that idea in mind of helping you think about, okay, how do I manage my team in order for us to be more innovative, in order for us to manage through change? And also helping you build as a manager a proof point so that you can get your manager to be comfortable with you managing this way. There are going to be things that are outside of your control. I mean, you can't, if you're a middle manager, you cannot change what the CEO tries to do. What you can do, though, is as long as the CEO or your boss stays out of your way, you can make it possible so that the people on your team have the ability to learn and then leap and then repeat, to move up that learning curve. And as they're able to figure out ways to play where other people aren't playing, to go sell to clients, for example, that no one is selling to go find opportunities in doing that, and their willingness to disrupt themselves, they're finding opportunities for your team and then by extension, your organization. And as you build up those proof points, you are in effect packing a parachute for your manager to be comfortable with disrupting themselves as well. And so there's this contagion effect, like we are the sum total of the people that we spend time with. Well, it's also true that if you yourself are disrupting yourself and you're making it possible for the people who report to you to disrupt, then there can be that contagion effect throughout, or ripple effect throughout your organization.